All right, let's jump right in. So, you probably think you need to be a coding wizard to build a real professional mobile app, right? Well, what if I told you that's just not true anymore? Today, we're going to look at a process that pretty much breaks all the old rules. Building a seriously complex app, not with lines of code, but with simple English sentences.
And look, this isn't just some cool tech demo. A fitness app that's super similar to the one we're about to see, called the Strong Workout Tracker, is pulling in over $500,000 every single month. That's the exact type of app that gets built here, from absolute scratch, using just AI. The potential here is, well, it's huge.
So that brings us to the big question, doesn't it? We all know building an app is usually this long, complicated, and expensive process. But what happens when a tool, let's just call it Google Anti-Gravity for our purposes, shows up and promises to do all the heavy lifting for you? Can it really deliver? Let's find out.
What we're talking about here is a massive shift in how things are done. You know, the old way was you had to write code, line by painstaking line, telling the computer exactly how to do every little thing. The new promise? You just describe the final outcome you want to an AI agent, and you let it figure out the how all on its own.
And this is the tool that makes it all possible. Now, anti-gravity isn't just another one of those code assistants that finishes your sentences. No, it's built around what they call an AI agent mindset. Basically, the AI is treated as the main builder, not just a helpful sidekick. And trust me, that one little difference is absolutely crucial for everything that comes next.
So where do you even start with something like this? Well, surprisingly, not with all the complicated logic or databases. You start with the visual foundation. The very first step is to get a complete visual mock-up of the entire app up on the screen. Why? Because it stops you from having to redo stuff later and makes it crystal clear what you're trying to build.
And this right here is the prompt that kicks the whole thing off. Just look at how descriptive it is. It calls out the exact technology, it clearly lays out the 5 main parts of the app, and, this is key, it specifically says these should be mock-ups only. You see how clear that is? It's like you're giving directions to a person, not a machine.
And just like that, poof, the AI generates the entire front end. That's all the visual stuff, everything you actually see and tap on. All the different screens are there. You can click around to see how it feels, and there's even placeholder data to fill it all out. Now, nothing actually works yet, but that's the whole point. We now have a tangible, visual blueprint to start building on.
Okay, so the blueprint is done. Now it's time to put an engine in this thing. We have this pretty visual shell, but now we need to turn it into a tool that actually does something. And a workout app is completely useless if you can't, track a workout. So that's priority number 1. And this is where it gets really cool. With another simple prompt, that static track screen goes from being just a picture to a fully interactive workout logger. Suddenly, you can actually add exercises, punch in your sets and reps and weight. The app has officially leveled up from just looking good to actually doing something useful.
But, we hit a snag. A big one. After a user logs their entire workout and closes the app, all that data just vanishes. Gone. It's not being saved anywhere. And that kind of defeats the whole purpose, right? I mean, the point of tracking workouts is to look back at your history and see your progress.
And this is just a brilliant example of how powerful this whole method is. The fix isn't some super complex code to talk to a database. Nope, it's just another simple sentence. This prompt tells the AI, hey, connect the tracker to the history page and make sure what the user logs actually gets saved there. And just like that, problem solved.
Okay, so now that the core engine is built, you can track a workout and you can see your history. This is where things really start to pick up speed. You can start adding on new, genuinely valuable features. And you're not doing it in days or weeks, you're doing it in minutes. And suddenly the features just start flying in. Need a timer for your rest period so you don't have to fiddle with another app? Bam! A simple prompt takes care of it. How about a huge library of exercises with instructions you know what you're doing? Done. What about one-click templates for common routines like a push day? Each one of these is added in moments, just by asking.
So we've got this great collection of features now, but they're kind of just a pile of parts. The final, crucial step is to tie it all together, to turn it from a bunch of tools into a single, polished experience. This is what makes the app feel like a truly professional product.
Hey, remember that dashboard from the very beginning? It was basically just a boring menu. Well, it's time for an upgrade. A new prompt transforms it into a real-deal control center. It's got widgets that pull in live info from all the other sections, giving you this perfect, at-a-glance summary. It's not just for looks anymore. It's actually useful.
And for that final personal touch, a progress widget gets added right to the dashboard. And honestly, this is what turns the app from a simple tool into a long-term companion. Now you can actually see your whole journey, track your weight, see graphs of your strength going up, even upload progress photos. It's not just a logger anymore, it's become your personal fitness journal.
So when you boil it all down, this whole crazy creation process becomes this incredibly simple, incredibly powerful little loop. 1. You describe what you want. 2. The AI agent goes and builds it. 3. You test it out, and then you just repeat. This is a complete reimagining of what it even means to build software.
Which, of course, leaves us with one last really fascinating question. If the AI can handle all the technical stuff, the coding, the databases, the architecture, what is the human's job now? Well, maybe it's not about being a coder anymore. Maybe it's about being the creator, the strategist, the person focused on the big idea, the user experience, the marketing. And that right there might be the biggest change of all.